Should we just do the sort of team news first? Anyone out? Anyone back from last weekend?
No change really. LSI Underlow probably kind of labelled as the only one who's not fit. Reece Devine's joined in training today, got through a session, no problems. Will he be in the squad? Remains to be seen. I think he probably needs maybe a bit more in order for him to be, or certainly in order for him to start the game. So yeah, that's where we're at.
I know I keep asking this every week. Is Kieran Brennan available yet?
Yes, Kieran Brennan has trained all week, gone through everything in terms of the protocol, trained really well. So yeah, he'll come back into the fold.
And just checking, is Harry McKirdy's banned 3 league matches or the next 3 matches?
The next 3 matches.
So that includes the Tuesday game?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay. So on Harry, I mean, it's obviously sort of pretty clear what's happened. How did the club kind of reflect on the punishment he's been given?
Well, obviously they've done their own kind of background, internal investigation on it. You know, and I don't really want to comment too much on what we're going to do, but listen, he misses 3 games. I think he obviously got a fine as well from the FA. So I think if the fine was treble what it was, and he didn't miss as many games, he'd be happier. You know, Harry loves his football, so I think that's the kick in the teeth for him, is the fact that he's going to miss football.
Is the sort of punishment enough then, as far as you're concerned?
Yeah.
And last one, when does Harry stop being Harry, and when does Harry start being a problem, if you see what I mean? Can you afford something like this to happen again, for example?
Well, no, of course not. We you know, as a football club, we don't want this to happen, but it has. He's been punished. He'll serve his suspension, and that's it. You know, we move on, and that's it. He understands. He knows. You know, he's. Like I say, Harry's only happy if his football's going well, and it won't be going well if he's not playing. So he won't be happy. So, you know, we want him on the pitch just as much as he wants to be on the pitch. So, at the moment, we lose, he loses. You know, but it is what it is. We move on.
And you sort of see. It sounds like from that you've seen sort of signs the pennies drop to them a bit.
100%, yeah. No, it has to, and I think it will do. You know, he understands what he's done, and. It's clearly frustration on the night, and you know, he's been disciplined accordingly, and he'll be the one that misses out, and of course we miss out because we don't have him on the pitch.
How much of a chance is this for Tommy Adeloye to really show what he's about then?
Oh, you've picked the team then?
No, I'm saying as a possible opportunity.
Okay, well no, it's an opportunity for another to come into the squad. Come into the starting lineup, and you know, sometimes you get picked by default, sometimes you get picked through injury, sometimes or somebody's got injured, or default like this situation, or it might be a case of there's a dip in form from somebody who's starting. However, it doesn't really matter how you get in the first team. Just make sure that once you're in there, try and keep your shirt, and whoever comes in on Saturday, you know, I want that to happen. I want there to be a problem when Harry McKirdy's suspension's finished, and now there's a situation where whoever's come in has done really well, and now I've got a decision to make. That's what I want.
I suppose you're looking at, I think Tommy and Harry Parsons have had sort of one start in the kind of League Cup game. How much did they sort of push themselves forward in that, would you say?
Well, all the players sort of like who are on the fringes are pushing themselves. You know, they're working really hard in training. You know, it's not just a case of them two, but there's a lot of players who are kind of on the fringes who are really pushing themselves in training, and when they're getting on the pitch, whether it be 20 minutes, half an hour, they're all kind of putting themselves at the front of the queue to be the next one to be picked. So it's down to me to make the decision, which I will do obviously, and we'll go from there.
What's the sort of wind done for you in this week? Have you seen any sort of particular changes in training and attitudes, or the way the players have walked in with that sort of weight off them?
No, I think that the group's always been in a good place. I think that first of all they enjoy their work. You know, they come in and they enjoy the training. That's been clear to see from day one. So the mood in the camp's always been really good. I think obviously when you win a game, it kind of helps. Certainly helps me. So yeah, no, it's been a good week. It's been a good week, and I think that, like we said in previous interviews and press conferences, that there's been a clear improvement game on game, and I firmly believe that the players feel that as well. You know, each game we've improved on. Certainly Saturday was a good performance, not just a good result. I think, you know, you could clearly see it was a good performance as well. I think we played some really good football, and watching the game back was pleasing, and clipping it up, and what we did was we put it on a roll, so it was constantly playing. Different actions were playing while they were having their breakfast on the Monday morning. So, you know, I think it was a really good performance, and I was really pleased with it.
And just a little bit of positive reinforcement for them then, I guess, by showing them what they've done well.
Yeah, we didn't debrief the game as such. Like, you know, we can have meetings and debrief the game and go into detail about certain aspects of certain actions. What I wanted to do this week, because it was such a positive performance and result, I just wanted to put all the positive actions on a loop while they were having breakfast, and they sat there and had their breakfast and watched kind of all the positive action. I thought there was a good way of doing it. And there was plenty of them, you know, there was plenty of actions to show them, so it was really good.
How do you feel the players who sort of came in a bit later, like Angus MacDonald and Sadie Khan, how do you feel they are sort of in terms of being integrated and being up to speed fitness-wise? Well,
same again, in terms of how we've performed, I feel that each game they've got stronger and stronger within their performances. You know, I feel that they're getting used to, certainly up to speed with it, and used to the way we're playing. You know, when you look back, I think it's 14 new signings, so it's difficult to kind of get them to understand exactly what I want from them straight away. You know, it will take time, and I think it's easy for the boys who are playing like Angus and Sadhu who are playing kind of regular. I think they'll learn quicker because of the fact that they're on the pitch for longer. And I certainly feel that there've been real signs of progression with both of them.
Lots of expectation around Stockport coming into the league. Quite big attendances, certain amount of money to throw around. What have you made of them so far?
Yeah, good side. You know, they've got some really good players. They've got real strength in depth as well. Looking at their squad, got some real experience as well. You know, got Paddy Madden at the top of the pitch, Kyle Wotton, big presence. Ryan Crosdale in midfield, who I worked with before when he was a younger player coming out of Preston. They've got some good defenders as well. So, you know, looking at their squad, they've got some real strength in depth, and a lot of players to pick from. You know, they've got a way of playing, and they're an handful. You know, they've got a certain way of playing, and they can hurt you really, really quickly. And we have to be on our guard. We have to make sure that we're ready. We have to make sure that we have our own way of attacking them, which we've obviously worked on today and this week, and again tomorrow. So, you know, hopefully come kick-off we're ready.
And so without giving your game away, you said they've got a way of playing. What would you sort of broadly describe their style as?
Well, they're quite expansive again. You know, there's another team that likes to play with the ball. That, like I say, they've got good experience and presence at the top of the pitch. So they like to play through the thirds. They're quite aggressive in the way that they play as well. You know, they're expansive and they'll play with the ball. You know, and they can mix it up. They've got, like I say, they've got a good presence at the top of the pitch in Carl Wotton, and they'll know at the moments to play it forward. They'll play it forward. You know, and they've got good experience as well. So good players in the middle of the pitch who can handle the football. Like I say, and a strong defensive unit as well. So it'll be a tough game.
And finally, where's the striker hunt? Has Paris Ban accelerated that search in any way?
Oh, not really. No, not at all. It's not accelerated it. I think like the work's ongoing anyway. I don't think it's accelerated it. We're quite kind of mindful of what we need to do and what we need to bring in. It's difficult because it's a real skinny market out there in terms of forward players. There's not a lot of what we see would fit. There's not loads out there, so we've got to be mindful that we don't want to just sign one for the sake of it. You know, we want to make sure we get that one right.
Fingers crossed for that. Thank you.
Thank you.